Hello everyone, today is September 7th, 2024. This is the series where I go over to r/games to keep you and me updated on everything going on in the world of video games. Let's see what we got today. At the top of the list here, we have, looks like a post coming from Twitter. From Software launches its third major recruitment campaign this year. Several new projects in the works. Nice to see one developer hiring when there's so many layoffs going on in the video game industry. Okay, so this is in a language I don't understand, so I appreciate the translation being posted onto Reddit. Several new projects. People hoping for Dark Souls 2 remake, a Bloodborne sequel. I guess at this point all we can do is wait and see what they're actually working on. After that, according to Martin Ware, Heaven 17, Rockstar Games contracted him to possibly use the song Temptation for Grand Theft Auto 6. The offer was $7,500 for a buyout of any future royalties from the game forever. $7,500. Okay, so let's put into context who Martin Ware is. Heaven 17 is an English synth pop band formed in 1980. It looks like Martin Ware was the keyboardist, drum machine, and vocalist in the band. I listened to the song Temptation. I've definitely never heard it before. It's a good song. I found myself sort of bopping along to it for sure. My guess is this is a band that was popular in England primarily, didn't make it over here to the United States all that much. That's just me guessing. But $7,500 really doesn't seem like that much money for the rights for a song forever. Let's give this post a full read here. I was recently contacted by my publishers on behalf of Rockstar Games, the possibility of using Temptation on the new Grand Theft Auto 6. Naturally excited about the immense wealth that was about to head my way, I scrolled to the bottom of the email for the offer. It was $7,500 for a buyout of any future royalties from the game forever. To put this in context, Grand Theft Auto 6 grossed, wait for it, $8.6 billion. But thank you for the exposure. Go F yourselves. That was kind of what I was thinking. I maybe didn't really have the full context that he's put it in, but $7,500 didn't seem like that much money for the amount of time they were looking to have the rights for the song. Seems like for the most part people are agreeing. Some people are saying that the exposure maybe was worth it in the end. This top comment is interesting though, because apparently the song Temptation is about struggling with desire/materialism, and the writer is moaning on X about not getting a bigger cut of Rockstar Games' profit, given his contribution would pale in comparison to actual laborers on GTA 6. I mean, it's an interesting point. I didn't have the context of what the song was about, so that is interesting pointing out, and it's the top comment, so it's getting definitely the most traction. It is true that compared to the people actually working on the game, just allowing your song to be used is not as much of a contribution, but is that the songwriter's fault? Is it the songwriter's fault that the people working on the game are not getting paid well enough? I don't think so. I think everybody should be getting paid what they deserve. And unfortunately, we're living in a world right now where people contributing to video games are not getting paid the right amount of money, whether it be rights to their song or for the time they spend developing the game itself. Okay, interesting couple of stories here at the top. Let's keep on scrolling and see what we have. People who paid extra to play the new test drive early can't, due to server issues. This article comes from Kotaku, written by Zach Zwazen. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, the long-awaited next entry in the popular online open-world racing series, launched yesterday for folks who purchased the game's $90 Gold Edition. Unfortunately for them, the game has been mostly unplayable due to server issues. The last Test Drive Unlimited launched back in 2011. Well, that's a long time ago. Over a decade, 13 years, 14 years, and let people drive around in awesome sports cars in an MMO-like open-world racing experience. And awaiting 13 years to play a new Test Drive Unlimited, players who purchased the most expansive version of the game were able to start playing on September 5th, ahead of the racing game's official September 12th launch. It's a full week ahead of time. If your game's not ready, why are you letting people play it a week before release? Or, well, that was the plan. On September 5th, developers KT Racing posted a blog on Steam announcing that the game was now live for Gold Edition owners. In the same post, the team admitted that there were some connection issues that were preventing people from playing. Then on September 6th, in a follow-up post, the devs addressed the widespan server problems. Our teams are working tirelessly to stabilize the server so that everyone can enjoy the game as soon as possible, said KT Racing, before going to list the following efforts to address the network issues. All right, let me keep reading this and I'll summarize any other important pieces of information. Okay, it's as to be expected. They're trying to optimize servers. They're increasing server capacity. This article, did it come out today? It was published yesterday. All right, looking on their Twitter, the last post I'm seeing is as of September 6th, stating the servers were going to be down for 30 minutes for maintenance. Everything else is posted on September 5th. So at this point, it looks like the servers aren't back up yet, which is tough for people who are expecting to be able to play 2 days ago, September 5th. Stay tuned to see what the response is to this, whether they're going to issue refunds or if the people who paid expecting to play September 5th just lost those 2 days. And it is what it is. After that, we have an article here, European console sales year-to-date July 2024. PS5 is 1.5 million. Switch is 780K and Xbox is 210K. Okay, this is just Europe, but numbers like this give you an indication of what they're like around the world as well. The big thing I'm seeing here is the discrepancy between PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Switch is similar numbers to PlayStation 5, not huge, but the Switch has been around longer than the PlayStation 5, so you wouldn't expect the sales to be as high as a newer console. The fact that Xbox is just over 200,000 compared to PlayStation 5's 1.5 million. I'm not sure where these numbers are coming from. They were posted by Fat Kaz on Icon Era. Well, if these numbers are to be believed, it is sad to see Xbox so low in comparison. I wouldn't necessarily take them as the truth right now until we know this is from a reputable source. Okay, scrolling. Monster Hunter Wilds made me want to explore its ecosystem. This is a preview from Polygon written by Michael McWhirter. As Capcom's Monster Hunter series has grown in scope and popularity over the past 20 years, so too have the game's worlds. They've gone from discrete zones to massive open world environments populated with smarter, more believable creatures. Monster Hunter Wilds continues that evolution with an emphasis on its ecosystem, an ever-changing climate, and wildlife that feels more realistic than ever before. Cool, so it's not just about the monsters being more realistic, but also the world being more realistic, so I'm sure the way they interact with each other feels more realistic as well. I'll keep looking out for new Monster Hunter Wilds news as the game gets closer to release. Let's scroll. Looks like we have a game trailer here. Parking Garage Rally Circuit release date trailer, September 20th on PC. Let's give this a watch. Oh, the music. This is awesome. This game might be worth playing just for the music alone. All right, like a racing game, it feels sort of Hot Wheels-esque in a way though, but maybe that's just because it's sort of 8-bit style. Seems like a lot of fun, and it's coming out in little less than 2 weeks. Yeah, so maybe there's like online play, but look how many cars are on the road there. So maybe you can play with way more people than you're used to being able to race against. Next up, Earth Defense Force 6 has sold 550,000 copies worldwide. I feel like that's actually pretty good for this game. It's sort of a niche game, not a huge audience. All right, well, not much else to get from this Twitter post. Most everything is in a language I can't read, but 550,000 units is pretty good, I feel. After that, Bethesda reveals what to expect with Starfield Shattered Space expansion. This is just a post on Twitter. Thank you to the millions of players who have made the settled systems their home and helped make this an incredible first year for Starfield. We have much more coming, beginning with our first story expansion, Shattered Space, releasing September 30th. Here's a bit of what you can expect when Shattered Space launches. Over 50 new locations to discover and explore across Varun Kai, new grenades to craft that stem from organic material you gather, and it's gross. Formidable new enemies. Be on your guard for redeemed and vortex horrors. Oh man. You haven't seen the last of Zealots, Spacers, or the Crimson Fleet. As you explore the planet, be on the lookout for those taking advantage of the situation. Stay tuned. We'll share more about Starfield Shattered Space soon. Okay, little teaser here, not a lot to go on from this, but I think one of the biggest takeaways is that they are looking at giving this game a lot more than just this one expansion. For a game that didn't get the best reception when it came out, looks like Bethesda is still invested in it. All right, I've scrolled down quite a ways and it looks like that is all the new news for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are someone who wants to stay up to date on everything going on in the world of video games, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so that you're notified when I upload a new video. I'm BTayOkay. This was September 7th, 2024 on r/games. See you tomorrow!